Shalom, Ahab, Wa, Baraka. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Wahara Kakodash, and double honors to the elder apostles, the prophets, and the teachers over at GMS. They've been bringing out this 100% truth for the last 30 plus years. And to the sincere Akyawa Akwath, salutations. All right, I'm just going to let you guys know right away. I'm using a really messed up book, so when I start stumbling, when my dogs were, yeah, they got in there. They got in there. So I got a few. I got a really good class in here, but I do remember it. But I do like to still have the notes with me because there are a lot of things that when you profess that you remember something, then you realize there was a lot of stuff that you forgot. So I'm definitely have my notes with me. And with that being said, let's just get right into it. So first of all, this class, clearly we're going to be exposing Easter and for what it is, okay? We're exposing the celebration of Easter. And first things first, we've got to ask ourselves, who is keeping this lie going to this day? Right? Because we got to remember, somebody's trying to stop us from receiving the kingdom. Someone's trying to stop us from getting close to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. So we got to, first of all, to start this class, we got to get to Revelation chapter 12 and verse 9. And it reads, the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent, called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into earth, and his angels were cast out with him. So Satan deceiveth the whole world. Okay? So that's what we're going to concentrate on right now for a minute. Satan deceiveth the whole world. So Satan lied to the whole world. So let's go to Revelation chapter 3, because we got to keep that in mind, that this lie is being kept by Satan, who's deceiving the whole world. So we're going to find out who the physical embodiment of Satan is right now. So let's go to Revelation chapter 3, going to verse 9, and it reads, behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan. I will make them of the house of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Satan lied to the whole world. That old serpent, that dragon, Satan and the devil lied to the whole world. So I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Do you guys get it? The people that are saying they are Jews and are not, but do lie, they're the ones that are the synagogue of Satan. They control everything. They remove the elders' videos. They put strikes for no reason. But you can't put out a rap song unless it's destroying your people. The culture is to destroy your culture. And if you're not doing that, you're not. So who's doing that? Who's behind the scenes making sure that happens? Come on, guys. You don't have to play semantics for the rest of your life. You know exactly who I'm talking about. It's the ones that say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. They own everything. And don't say anything bad, because that's anti-Semitic. So watch out. Be very careful. So now we know who we're dealing with. Keep that in mind. Because this is just a lie that they're it's like rerunning an old story over and over and over again, so you guys will believe it. So with that being said, we're going to get some outside books and kind of expose this pagan holiday. This, like I said, we're exposing Easter. This is The Two Babylons by Alexander Hislop, page 93. The festival of which we read in church history under the name of Easter in the 3rd or 4th centuries was quite a different festival from that now observed in the Romanish church. And and at the time was not known by any such name as Easter. It was called Pesach, or the Passover. So, wow. Okay, so, and it was very early observed by many professing Christians in the commemoration of the death and resurrection of Christ, which that's bullshit right there. That last part, they're commemorating the birth and the death and resurrection of Christ. Really? The early Christians were doing that? Okay, well, let me tell you what the word Christian means. You got to go to the word, you got to go into the Zondervan, I'm sorry, you got to go into the Strong's Exhaustive Concordance. You got to look up the word Niger, which is nigger. And when you look up that word, it says Christian prophets such as Barnabas and Simeon. So if you were an early Christian, you would have been keeping the Passover. You wouldn't have been commemorating the birth and death of Jesus Christ until after Constantine changed the Bible and added this in. So, with that being said, now you understand, I hope, there was a different worship, because I'm about to show you where this goes back to. I'm not even going to give it up. But if you guys are celebrating Easter for the death and resurrection of Christ, just know this. It started thousands of years before Christ. So, ever hit the scene. Thousands of years before he ever hit the scene. Just saying, for all you smart Christians out there, all you Christian soldiers, the heart knows your spirit and all that weird garbage. So anyway, let's not get off the point. Socrates, Socrates, the ancient ecclesiastical historian, after a lengthened account of the different ways in which Easter was celebrated, not celebrated, but observed in different countries, in his home i.e. the 15th century sums up in these words. So he's going to sum up Easter in these words. This is an ecclesiastical historian. So he's a biblical historian. He studies the Bible. For you guys that don't understand what I'm saying, this guy is a biblical scholar in the Bible. I'm saying it slow for the retarded people out there. So, and I'm not talking about the special needs. I'm talking about you fools that are just prideful, and you justify this lifestyle right here. You're the ones I'm saying retarded. So, everywhere more of so listen to this carefully. This is how the Socrates sums up Easter in his own words, I guess you would say. The celebration of Easter began everywhere more of a custom. It began everywhere more of a custom than by any commandment, either of Christ or any of the apostles. You got that? This was a custom that people were keeping. Like I told you, this goes way before Yahushua. Way back. So let's find out. Let's go to page 96 of the Two Babylons with Alexander Hislop. Such is the history of Easter. The popular observance that still attend the period of its celebration amplify and confirm the testimony of history as to its Babylonian characteristic. Wait a second. Babylonian characteristic. So wait a second. Are you telling me that Easter goes all the way back to Babylon? Yep, it sure does. It sure does. Easter started in Babylon. So once again, you guys are worshiping false gods that you don't know about. Oh, well, we're not worshiping that. No, this is all about Jesus Christ and the resurrection. Bro, those justifications and lies are old, and they're not going to save you. But the Lord knows my spirit. Yeah, he knows that you're fucking wicked if you're teaching your kids this. And then you're going to give them a bunch of toxic, you know what? Another thing that they do at Easter, just getting off the subject a little, they give the children candy. Because the Lord knows your spirit, you're doing it for the children. But that candy, do you not know that the word candida, that is the same exact word that is for candy and for cancer. Candida is cancer. Why would candy and cancer have the same name? Huh. Wow. Well, anyway, they're both candida. Think about that. So another thing that they're doing to you while you're in your celebration, never they turn Passover into chaos. Isn't that crazy? It's got a Babylonian characteristic. So let's keep going. The custom of Easter brings a paper trail all the way back to Babylon, not Yahushai's resurrection. Told you guys, this shit has nothing to do with, and this is the problem with these people today. You guys hate us for telling the truth. Don't listen to those fake, black, African American, Hebrew Israelites with their Israelism. Try and fit every trigger word you can into one statement. Which is starting to just become funny because we're sincerely trying to tell you, look, these things are wrong. These are wrong. The book literally says in the two Babylons, the custom of Easter brings a paper trail all the way back to Babylon, not Yahushai's resurrection. And what do you guys do? You get mad. And then that's when you go back to, I'm just doing it for the kids. And you start buying all this candy. And then they start getting sick. And you guys don't understand that there's a curse for every single thing that you do that you think that you're being blessed with. When you go out and justify your lifestyle and think it's a blessing, you will not be unpunished for this. This wicked holiday, you will not be unpunished for this. That's why you guys hate the Israelites so bad, because we tell the 100% truth. Well, GMS does. Those other camps, man, they really make everybody look bad. I think that they're setups to keep the Israelites from being able to progress, just like they tried to stop the Black Panthers and every other type of movement from the past when so-called black people rise up. Why I think there's so many lakes in this country. Going back to the point, though, getting back into this custom, this is not Yahushai's resurrection. So for all my people, sincerely, I'm telling you one more time, as a fake black African American Hebrew Israelite with my Israelism, I'm sincerely telling you that this is actually satanic worship. So let me prove that. So first of all, like I said, the custom of Easter brings a paper trail all the way back to Babylon. The hot cross buns of Good Friday and the dyed eggs of Pesach or Easter Sunday figured in the Chaldean rites just as they do now. So these guys, do you understand? The Chaldeans were doing it. It goes all the way back to Babylon, the Chaldeans, the Romans, the Greeks. It's going to go to you guys. You guys still do hot cross buns. You guys don't even know what you're doing. You're cooking and you're making sacrifices to a false god. Like I said, I'm going to prove it. I'm reading it slow so we can savor the moment when you guys realize that I'm telling the truth. So the hot cross buns of Good Friday and the dyed eggs of Pesach or Easter Sunday figured in the Chaldean rites just as they do now. So they did the same thing back then, implemented into Christianity. This is what Constantine did. He put this stuff into Christianity. He decided that pagan holidays and biblical holidays should be celebrated together somehow. And then he changed it to pagan holidays. So, the buns known too by the identical name even were used in the worship of the Queen of Heaven, the goddess Easter as early as the days of Cheops, the founder of Athens. That is, according to them, 15,000 years before the Christian era. Now, it was thousands of years before the Christian era. I don't know if it's 15,000. These guys always come with these just outlandish numbers. So it was thousands of years, though, before the Christian era, and that is for damn sure. They were already dealing with buns and dyed eggs. These people were already dyeing eggs. They were already doing hot cross buns. You guys have got to be crazy. So let's keep going. So let's get into the Queen Mother of Heaven real quick before we go into the dyed eggs and the hot cross buns, because I'm going to go back to that too. But first, let's get this Queen Mother of Heaven. Let's go to the book of Jeremiah. Sorry. Boom, boom. So you guys watch. We're going to go to the book of Jeremiah. We're going to get it all at once. That's what we're going to do. We're going to get the hot cross buns. We're going to get the Queen Mother of Heaven, all that. Watch. Jeremiah chapter 7, and we're going to go right to the point. So let's go down to verse 17. 17. No. This is I want to start at, I think, 15, so I might as well do it. Let's start at 15. And I will cast you out of my sight. I have cast out all your brethren, even the whole seed of Ephraim. Therefore, pray not thou for this people, neither lift up nor cry prayer for them, neither make intercession to them. I will not hear thee. He's telling the prophets, you guys celebrating this shit? I'm showing you right now. He's telling the prophets not to pray for you. He's telling the people with the actual power to say, he's telling us, don't pray for them, because I will not hear it. I am not going to hear it. You know why? Because you guys are a what is it called? A abomination. That's an abomination to Yahweh. Pray not for these people. I will not neither make intercession to me. I will not hear thee. These guys are an abomination right now. You know why? You know what abomination means? Disgusting. You guys are disgusting to Yahweh. Bahashem Yahweh Shai. You're worshiping false gods, and look at your false gods. It's a fucking bunny rabbit. And it does go into Easter. It has bunny rabbits laying eggs that hatch chickens somehow. So let's stick with this though. So we know that he's not going to hear when we pray for you. So now let's prove that he's talking about Easter. I just told you this goes into the Holy Mother of Heaven. So let's get it. Verse 17, seest thou not what they do in the cities of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem? What are they doing? Let's find out. The children gather wood, and the fathers kindle the fire, and the woman knead their dough. There's your hot cross buns to make cakes to the Queen of Heaven. Let me read it again. And the women knead their dough to make cakes for the Queen of Heaven, to make cakes for the Queen of Heaven, and to pour out drink offerings unto the other gods, that they may provoke me to anger. Damn. Well then, did you guys get that? I mean, it was that clear enough for you? You need the dough, you make the fire, you're burning up hot cross buns, and he told you, I'm not gonna hear when you guys are praying, when you guys are begging for mercy. When you're begging for mercy. So let's go back to page 96 on the two Babylons. The hot cross buns are hot now offered, so they're offering them up. But eaten on the festival of Astarte. So they make the hot cross buns on one day, and then they make an offering for the great savor and the great smell up to the gods, but they don't eat them until the Astarte festival. So they're hot when they bless them, is what they're saying. So they bless them to their god Astarte. Ooh, you guys are worshiping Astarte, which is another word for Easter. You didn't know Easter meant Astarte? Huh. You're sending your food up to Astarte, not Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Zondervan Bible Dictionary. Well, what does it say in the Zondervan Bible Dictionary? Ashtaroth is plural for Ashtoreth, name of any fertility goddess, the name of any fertility goddess of the ancient Near East, Babylonian. Where? The ancient Near East, Babylonian. So the ancient Near East. Babylonian is Ishtar. Babylonian is Ishtar. Now that's way thousands of years before the Greeks. Well, that's way before the Greek. That's way before the Romans. What did the Romans call them? What did the Greek, I'm sorry, Babylonians, Ishtar, what did the Greek Romans call them? Astarte. What? So wait, the Babylonians were saying Ishtar. The Greek Romans were saying Astarte. And we say Easter. Wow, neat story. But you guys took the word Passover and somehow you changed it to Easter, which actually means Astarte. Let's go back to the Zondervan Bible Dictionary. Astarte is plural for Ashtaroth is plural for Ashtoreth, and the name of any fertility goddess. So this is a fertility goddess of the ancient Near East, or the ancient, Near East. Babylonian is Ishtar, Greek is Astarte. And it's a consort. Do you know what a consort is? It's a consort of El Baal. El or Baal. So El is short for Baal. So what is a consort? The Queen Mother of Heaven is a consort of Baal. That means that they are married. That is his wife. So when you say that it's a consort of Baal, that is one of the wives of Baal. Astarte, Ashtoreth, Ashtaroth, plural for fertility goddesses. Man, woo. Who is Baal she married? Baal, or, this is Zondervan Bible Dictionary. Baal, or Lord of the Flies, named under which the Baal was worshipped by the Philistines, or the Palestine of Ekron. There can be little doubt of Beelzebub is the same name, but as Beelzebub in Matthew 12 and 24, Beelzebub, the prince of devils. You want to get that real quick? We'll get it right now. Matthew 12 and 24. Let's get it real quick, just for the sake of argument. So Beelzebub in the Zondervan Bible Dictionary actually means Lord of the Flies. Now, we've all heard that name before and that reference to Lord of the Flies. So let's go to Matthew chapter 12 and 24. So biblically, in the Zondervan, like outside of the Bible, he's Lord of the Flies, Lord of Dung, honestly, the Lord of Shit. If you look it up, you'll be able to find that. But in the Zondervan Bible Dictionary, he's Lord of the Flies. But in the actual Bible, he is Prince of the Devils. So let's go ahead and get it. And it says, but when the Pharisees heard it, they said, this fellow doth cast out devils by Beelzebub, prince of devils. Because Yahushua went and healed some guy with a withered hand And he knew that they were going to say something, so he went and cut them up. But he also healed, and then he asked him, "Is it good? Is it good or bad to? Is it good to do good on the Sabbath? Is it good to do evil on the Sabbath? Is it good to let somebody die on the Sabbath, or is it good to save a life on the Sabbath?" So you see what I'm saying? Like, that's a rough paraphrase, but that's what that's getting into. And so they wanted to find a reason to put him to death. So anyway, so that's what they were doing at that point. That's why they were saying that he cast out devils with devils. Oh, wait, was that the same time that he would that might have been the wrong story, but um the he did everything. Honestly, blind, dumb, a man with a devil, blind and dumb. He healed him, in so much as the blind and the dumb both spake and saw, and they were amazed and said, "This is not the son of David. Is this not the son of David?" So he was healing people on the Sabbath, is what the point is, and they were trying to find a way to kill him. So they were saying that Yahushai literally cast out demons in the name of a demon. But the point is that Beelzebub is Lord of the Flies and also the Prince of Devils. So this is who Astarte is married to. Her husband is Satan. Wow. So let's keep going. But this leaves no doubt at to whence they have been derived. The origin of Pesach egg. Let's get into the egg for a minute. That's what we're going to do right now. The origin of the Pesach egg is just as clear. So I was going to tell you, and guess who? Oh man, wait till you guys find out who's put. I already told you in the very beginning. I told you in the very beginning who runs this shit, who's doing all this. So listen up. This is beautiful. So watch this. The ancient Druids bore an egg as a sacred emblem of their order. Do you guys know who the Druids are? They were also called Jewish. Just letting you know, the Druids were also called the Jewish. So let's keep reading. In the oh man, I don't know what this word is. The Diasyka, or Mysteries of Bacchus, as celebrated in Athens. One part of the ritual ceremony consisted in the consecration of an egg. So I'm going to show you, everybody on earth has been celebrating this. Everybody, all your countries worship Satan. Nobody worships Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Just through this egg, we can prove that. The Hindu. So the Hindu fables celebrate their mundane egg as of a golden color. So the Hindu, they like to paint their dyed eggs gold. You probably see some Hindu eggs in there right now. The people of Japan, they like to have their eggs brazen, so bronzed. So yep, Japanese. In China, that's right, China. Dyed painted eggs are used in sacred festivals, even as in the country In ancient times, eggs were used in the religious rites of the Egyptians. So Chinese people dyed eggs, painted eggs used for sacred festivals. The Egyptians used the religious rites. So you see what I'm saying? The ancient eggs were used in the religious rites of the Egyptians and Greeks, and they were hung up for mystic purposes in their temples. From Egypt, these sacred eggs can be distinctly traced to the banks of the Euphrates. The classic poets are full of the fables of the mystic egg of the Babylon, and thus the mystic egg of the Babylon, and thus its tale is told by Egyptians. They by I'm sorry, Hyginus the Egyptian. So that, I guess that's who's telling the story of the egg, Hyginus the Egyptian. And let me keep going. We're almost through this. Okay. The learned keeper of, so Hyginus the Egyptian is the learned keeper of the Palestine library at Rome. So there he is. He's a librarian in the Roman library. In the time of Augustus, who was killed at the wisdom of his nature, of his native country. So I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time getting this. Like I said, it's a little bit tore up. An egg of wondrous size is said to have fallen from heaven into the Euphrates. The fish rolled it to the bank. Do you see the egg of wondrous size? There it is. The egg of wondrous size. Do you see that? It's right there on the TV for you to watch. You guys thought that that little cartoon that keeps playing is for some. You got your golden eggs, you got all the brazen eggs, you got the egg of wondrous size, and fell into the river Euphrates. It just fell from the sky from heaven. So this egg that this rabbit is around right now, that egg of wondrous size, fell from heaven and into the river Euphrates. The fish rolled it to the bank, where the doves, having settled upon it and hatched it, out came Venus, who after once was called the Syrian goddess. That is Astarte. Hence, the egg became of the symbols of Astarte or Easter. So, do you guys understand that a great egg fell from heaven and the fish rolled it to shore, and then the doves perched on it and hatched it, and out came Venus, which is Satan's wife? That's what you guys are worshiping. That's why they show the egg of wondrous size in this little short video. That is Astarte inside of that egg. See, you guys are on some fucking way crazy shit, and you don't even know it. We're out here sincerely trying to tell you guys what's going on, and what do you come out? You come back at us with? They come back at us with, you fake black African American Hebrew Israelism. I still can't get over that. They be adding like as many trigger words as possible, like I said earlier. So let's keep going. Let's keep going. So Satan gave his wife a holy day, and got the whole world to celebrate it. So you guys gotta understand, man. These guys aren't who they say they are that run the show. They're not your friends. They're your enemy. But anyway, And accordingly in Cyprus, one of the chosen seeds of the worship of Venus or Astarte, the egg of wondrous size, was represented on a grand scale. People want to keep this tradition because they think it's good for the kids. Woo, there we go again with them kids, right? But only confuses them, then hurts the soul. You got to understand, these kids grow up and they wonder, why in the hell did they lie to me about that? Why couldn't they just tell me? Like, and then the kids, like, some kids will study and research and find out, wow, you guys are on some craziness. I can't believe that this is what you guys consider for the kids. You guys don't understand what you're into. That's why. So let's keep going. Yahweh. So Satan deals with emotion. Yahweh deals with laws and commandments. That's why you'll say that you're doing this for the kids, because you're emotional. You're an emotional person when you justify and bring your kids and throw your own children under the bus to be judged just for your own bullshit. You know this is wrong. You know this is wrong according to history. If you're listening to this whole class, you know that this is wrong according to history. So back to the two Babylons on page 97. New Romanish churches observed this is where my books were, the egg of Astarte, and consecrated it as a symbol of Christ's resurrection. Wow, that made me sweat. So they took this same fertility egg of great grand size and said, oh no, this is for the resurrection of Christ. Don't even worry about it. We would never steer you wrong. The first 7 ecclesiastical council, the first 7 ecumenical council, Leo Davis, page 68. And the second declaration, the bishops rule that Easter should be celebrated at the same time throughout the empire, sometimes as Passover, because the Gentiles don't want to stop celebrating. So they were still kind of like, it's like when a DJ is playing one song and then he starts to mix another song in that sounds exactly like it to the beat, and those beats link up, boom, boom, boom. The next thing you know, you're dancing to a different tune. And that's what they did to you. They did the old bait and switch on you. So you guys got to understand, sincerely, we're only trying to help. If you can't understand that, then you deserve what you get. So, like I said, sometimes it's Passover because the Gentiles did not want to stop celebrating. Let's get some scriptures. Let's go to the book of Acts. And let's go to chapter 16. And we'll go to the point. It's in let's go to verse 20. And brought them to the magistrates, saying, these men, being Jews, exceedingly trouble our city. Paul healed a woman and got accused of breaking the law. Just saying. And then keep reading. And teach customs which are not lawful for us to receive, neither to observe, being Romans. And that's going with the Hellenized, the Hellenization. So these people that are Hellenized Israelites or Jews, they're literally think that they're Romans. We can't keep this. This goes against our Roman laws. And So we were teaching against Easter during the time with Peter and Paul. They were teaching against this stuff. So I'm looking for something right now. In fact, let's get that. Let's stay in the book of Acts, but go to chapter 12. And let's go to start at verse. Like I said, we teach against their culture and what their laws are. So I want to show you guys a few things too. This is a Acts starting chapter 12, starting from the top. Now, about that time, Herod the king stretched forth his hand to vex certain of the church. Just like Trump right now. He wants to vex some of us, but not all of us. He wants the people that are asleep to stay asleep. The people that are awake to get, well, let me show you. Verse 2, and he killed James and the brother of John with the sword. And because he sought to please the Jews, he proceeded further to take Peter also. Then were the days of unleavened bread. So our prophets were like, I don't know if you guys ever knew this, but they were all murdered at the end. So, and when he had apprehended him, he put him in prison and delivered him to four quaternions, I forget how to say it, quaternions of soldiers to keep him. Quaternions, I forget how it says. But anyway, intending after Easter to bring him forth to the people. And so they saw that it pleased him that the Jews, but what I really want to get to is verse 4. Intending after Easter to bring him forth to the people. So I'm showing you that, like, not only were our people, the prophets, being exterminated for teaching against this society like we're doing to this day, but the real point, I just wanted to show you what was happening to them while they were, and what were they doing? They were intending after Easter to bring him forth to the people. So what he's saying is intending after the Passover. Let me prove it. The word Easter is grafted into the Bible. And when he apprehended him, he put him in prison and delivered him to the four courtiers, soldiers to keep him, intending after Easter to bring him forth to the people. The word Easter is a transliteration. They changed it on purpose. This is what happens when people like Constantine get their hands on the Bible. So Easter, it should say Passover or Pesach. So let's go to chapter 12 and verse 4 in the blue letter. Let's see if it's still... So this is what I like about this blue letter, because I noticed that they change the words sometimes. And that kind of bothers me. So going back over to Acts, I mean, just they change the definitions, or they'll remove parts of it sometimes that it just bothers the crap out of me. Acts chapter 12 and verse 4, and we'll go to the word where it says Easter, and I'm trying to see where it should tell you that they put it there, like it was a misprint. Yeah, I'm trying to find it. This is what they do. This is why I'm saying. There we go. So it's telling you in the Greek lexicon that, and it literally, it's Pesach or Passover, but it should say that it's a misprint somewhere, but it's not going to do that for some reason. So anyway, everything else, if you go to Matthew 26 and 2, 26, 17, 26 and 18, 26, 19, 14 and 1, any place else, in other words, in the Bible, it's going to say Passover. And it has that same breakdown. So G3957 is Passover or Easter. So when you look up in your Strongs, G3957, it's going to be Passover or Easter. And it's a custom to be offered for the people's deliverance of old from Egypt. And then it gives you the actual rules on how it's done. So the point is that you're not going to see anywhere in this Bible where it says Easter other than one single time in the book of Acts in chapter 12 and verse 4. And it has the same Strong's number as the word Passover. So they purposely wrote Easter there because it's Strong's G3957. Well, that word right there should be Passover then, because Strong's 3957 is Pesach, which is Passover. So they changed it to Easter, which is Astarte. So the worship of Astarte to bring the people. So, all right, going back into it, we're about to shut this down. I want to bring out maybe one or two more things, and then we're going to call it. So, let's see. Pesach was used, I think, 28 times, and Easter was used once. Let's go back to the two Babylons. Everyone knows that the name Easter is used in a translation of Acts 12 and 4, refers not to only not to any Christian festival, but to the Jewish Passover. So there is no Christian festival called Easter. It is Passover, but you guys really just created your own holiday out of it. You really went the whole 9 yards. And let's see what I can't get that. That's completely gone. So let's just move on. I'm missing a half of a page right there where the this is what I'm talking about. There's some stuff you just aren't going to get back, you know. So and I kind of know what it is. I just I'm going to have to really just search it out again. So I'll do this. This is the Zon, because that's what this is going into. This part is going to go into the definition of Easter right here, the Zondervan Bible Dictionary. So I'm going to get it for you guys. So Zondervan Bible Dictionary. It's let me say it like this. I'm going to read it word for word from the Zondervan. The Zondervan Bible Dictionary, while not explicitly stating a definitive stance on the meaning and origins of Easter, does not identify Easter as a biblical term or concept. In other words, Easter is not biblical, people. Don't mix. Don't be praying to my God. Don't be praying to Yahweh. I'll tell you what. Don't be praying to anything that's above you, thinking that you're praying to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai and just calling him. Oh, you mean Jesus and God? Whatever you want to call him. You're asking for curses. I'm not listening to them. They will not go unjudged. They will not go unjudged. So we the Most High actually protects us because we actually possess the power in this current world we live in. Uh, we have the power to deal with Satan. He even tells you, I won't give you more than you can handle. I will not give you more than you can handle, and I will always give you a way out. So we have the power, but in this life we are dealing with Satan. We have the power to deal with Satan. If you don't follow Satan, he will remove you and get someone else to take your place. So, and that's funny because when you think about it, if you're not going to follow Satan and do this, he's going to find, look at all those eggs out there. There's a bunch of other people that'll follow him. So so this is really important. If you don't follow Satan, he will separate from you. Satan flee when no man pursueth. Let's get it. Satan flee when no man pursueth. Proverbs 20. Oh wait, hold on. Proverbs 28:1 cross references. I'm looking for a specific one, guys. Looking for a specific one. Let's get it. Because it says that the wicked flee when no man pursueth, but the righteous stand bold as a lion. But it is Satan who is the wicked. So I can't find it. There was another one that was, but I just can't find it. I've been having a hard time with that lately. Well, anyway, Satan flee when no man pursueth, but the righteous stand bold as a lion. So, like I said over here, you have the power to deal with Satan. You really do. And he's going to remove you, so that means he's removing himself from you. Don't you get it? If he's removing you, then that means he's removing from you. So Satan's going to flee when no man pursueth. You don't need or want. You shouldn't want. You should be vexed. This should make you vexed to have to put up with these pagan holidays. So let's jump into the book of Matthew real quick, chapter 28. We got to get this. I don't want to stop now. Now that all my pages are missing, it's starting to get, well, for me, I'm all excited. Matthew chapter 28, we're going to start at the top. And in the end of the Sabbath, as it began to dawn towards the first day of the week, came Mary Magdalene and the other Mary to see the sepulchre. And behold, there was a great earthquake, and the angel of Yahweh descended from heaven and came down and rolled back the stone from the door and sat upon it. His countenance was like lightning, and his raiment white as snow. And for fear of him, the keepers did shake and become as dead men. So what happens when you become as a dead man, but you're not dead? It means you passed out. They got shook and they passed out. He had them shook. Even said they did shake, and they did shake, and then they were as dead men. These niggas got so scared they passed over. Ah! Plop! Right to the ground. And the angel answered and said unto the woman, Fear ye not, for I know that ye seek Yahushua, which was crucified. He is not here, for he has risen, as he said. Come see the place where the Lord lay. So isn't that beautiful? So they came to see the place where the Lord lay. And so he was risen on the third day. And that's really important too, because now we're going to have to destroy these Christians one more time. I hope I can find my spot. Let's jump down to verse. I'm just going to read down. I'm just going to keep reading down. Forget. And and he is not here. He has risen. And as he said, come see the place where Yahweh lie. Where you were. Come see where the Lord lie, and go quickly and tell his disciples that he has risen from the dead. And behold, they goeth before into the Gentile into Galilee. There shall ye see him. Lo, I have told you. And they departed quickly from the sepulchre with fear and great joy, and did run to bring the disciples word. And as they went to tell his disciples, behold, Yahushua met them, saying, All hail! And they came and held him by the feet and worshipped him. And Yahushua said unto them, Be not afraid. Go tell my brethren that they go into Galilee, and there shall they see me. Now, when they were going, behold, some of them that watched came into the city and shewed unto the chief priest all the things that were done. So they had like spies watching them, and they came running into the city too, going straight to the chief priest saying, Hey, Yahushua got set free last night. And when they were assembled with the elders and had taken counsel, they gave large money unto the soldiers, saying, Say ye, his disciples came by night and stole him away while we slept. Now, wait a second. See, you know why they gave a bunch of money? Because those dudes were standing there and watched everything go down. It said that they were shook and then as dead men. So they got so scared they passed out. So they're like, Here, take a bunch of money and lie. Do not tell them what you saw. Saying, See, his disciples come by night and stole him away while we slept. So he's saying to tell them that they just stole him so everybody would believe the lie. And if this come to the governor's ears, we will persuade him and secure you. So they took the money. So the point is like, this is all going back into Easter, your Easter celebration. This is the end of the Passover. So we have to show you how he rose on that third day. So let me get that. Let's stay in the book of Matthew, and let's go to chapter 12, and we're going to go to verse oh, this is beautiful. Let's start at verse 40. For this is Yahushua speaking. So this is chapter 12 and verse 40. We're going to talk about the death and the resurrection now. For as Jonas was 3 days and 3 nights in the whale's belly, so shall the Son of Man be 3 days and 3 nights in the heart of the earth. The men of Nineveh shall rise in judgment with this generation and shall condemn it. But the point is, it's just 12 and 40. So going back to 12 and 40, it says, For Jonas was 3 days and 3 nights in the whale's belly, so shall the Son of Man be 3 days and 3 nights in the heart of the earth. So we gotta so we gotta go by what they say now to correctly understand what Easter is and what Passover is. So Yahushua said that he was going to be executed, and he was going to be 3 days in the in a different place. Let's just say that, the belly of the whale, in the afterlife. So let's count. It says that in the Easter celebration, it would be Good Friday, right? You have your Good Friday and Easter Sunday. They say Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Well, let's count it. From Friday to Saturday is 1. Saturday to Sunday is 2. Saturday to Sunday is 2. It's Good Friday and Easter Sunday. Let's go from Friday. So Friday morning to Saturday morning is 1. Saturday morning to Sunday morning is 2. It doesn't make sense because he was risen as the week began, and for you pagans and you Gregorian calendar followers, Sunday's the beginning of the week. You guys don't even know that. Sunday's the first day of the week, not Monday. Monday's the second day of the week. So I think that's pretty much about it. I mean, I've pretty much made my point. That giant egg represents Venus, who's Astarte, who's Baal's wife. All of those little eggs that are all colorful throughout the yard represent all the other nations also observing the Easter celebration. And what is Easter? Easter is a fertility goddess worship. So when we go back into the Passover, we're trying to be passed over when judgment comes from the death angel. Even in this day and age, it's just not a fun time during like the Passover is not supposed to be a fun time. It's supposed to be a reflection of and a celebration in a sense of how it did for us. But the whole time we're going to eat unleavened bread, and we're going to make certain sacrifices to show you how according to his law, that when we observe it correctly, we show him that we truly, this is how you love the Lord, by keeping his commandments. So you can't keep these holidays, and you can't keep the Passover and keep pagan holidays and be keeping the commandments. And it's just like, it's either hot cross buns or the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Which one do you want to do? Do you want hot cross buns or the Feast of Unleavened Bread? Let's go to the book of Amos, chapter 5, before we close out. And let's get it. Let's start at verse 21. I despise your feast days. I will not smell in your solemn assemblies. Though ye offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings, I will not accept them. Neither will I regard the peace offerings of your fat beasts. Take thou away from me the noise of thy songs, for I will not hear the melody of thy vows. But let judgment rain down as waters, and righteousness as a mighty stream. Have ye offered unto me sacrifices and offerings in the wilderness 40 years, O house of Israel? So have you offered to me sacrifices or not? It's a question. Haven't you did that already for me? Now what are you doing? No, I'll tell you what you're doing. Have you offered sacrifices to me, Israel? But no, but ye have borne the tabernacles of your Molech and Chian, your images, the star of your God, which ye made to yourselves. Therefore, I will cause you to go into captivity beyond Damascus, saith the Lord, whose name is the God of hosts. The Most High is going to the God of hosts, Shabbaoth, Yahweh's army. So what's going to happen here? If you're celebrating these pagan holidays, Yahweh is coming in to destroy you. Yahweh is saying all of your graven images and your false gods and all the stuff that you're doing, and then justifying it and saying, no, it's Jesus's birthday. No, it's Jesus's resurrection. No, it's Jesus this and Jesus that. You're going to be saying, oh, Jesus, help me, when he comes and cracks the sky open. And you're going to realize the Yahushua is not coming to help you. He is coming to put the law back into place. And if you are against the law and you're a forbearer, you are going to suffer the consequences. Let me close out. Revelation chapter 22, verse 12. And what does it say? Behold, I come quickly. My reward is with me to give every man according as his work shall be. If these are your works, and you're part of this type of observance of pagan holidays, you are doomed. With that being said, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Rakakodash, and double honors to the elder apostle prophets and the teachers at GMS for bringing out this 100% truth for the last 30 plus years. Salutations.